This is our beloved sofa, and she's been serving us well for the last 2 years, but unfortunately for her, she does have a natural predator. This is Luna's favorite scratching post. No matter how many scratching posts I buy her, no matter how many solutions I go for, she will always come back to her favorite toy, and that's fine. As a cat owner, I've accepted it. And I support it fully because I love her. She's my baby. She can do whatever the hell she wants. But we just moved into a new place and it's pretty and it's shiny, it's gorgeous. And I thought this was the perfect time to give it a bit of an upgrade. I got this leather sewing kit for Christmas and never got around to using it. So I think this would be perfect because I've never upcycled, mended upholstery before. And I think it requires extra care and extra thick needles. So let's see how we get on. I used this thick and curvy needle for the whole project and it was a godsend. And at first I used the waxy thread that came in the kit, although it was actual hell to work with because it was obviously meant for leather and not upholstery. So it was very difficult to actually get straight lines, to get them next to each other. It was definitely an unnecessary challenge, but it made a pretty good base covering up the hole. So, you know, it had mostly cons, but some pros as well. It looked ugly as hell, man. So I used embroidery thread, which is what you're supposed to do, but this is my first time. Okay, it is supposed to be a very ugly mess until I learn from my mistakes. I could just label it as visible mending because my dumbass used red thread because I thought it would look all artsy and cute because it goes well with the blue, but I gotta cover up this mess. I cannot look at this every single day. So I had a beautiful idea to just cover it up with a pocket, which is functional decor. I took some pattern paper to trace the outline of the sofa, make it a bit easier for me to work in my little sewing room. Then I measured out a square that would cover the surface of the sofa plus hemming. Now this is where I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna do this. So I'm calculating some seam allowance. I decided to put elastic on top so that the pocket expands. So I need to make the square more flared so that it has fabric to expand, but it's the perfect size for the bottom. Now that makes perfect sense in my brain, so I hope that it translates in the visuals. Then all I did was hem the bottom and the sides of the pocket by just folding over twice, folding over once. It really doesn't matter, it's not gonna be visible. For the elastic, I measured it to be the same size as the lowest part of the pocket. Then I hemmed the top. And folded over enough fabric to put the elastic through. I pushed the elastic through and then sewed the elastic to each edge of the pocket so that it scrunches up. And that ended up being the exact perfect size for the sofa. Now the dreadful part of it all is hand sewing it down to the sofa.
A few moments later.
It just took me half an hour to do half of this pocket. Half! And my fingers are killing me. I don't know why I picked up this project. I regret everything. And I got distracted. I got so pissed off with it that I cut my bangs. They look stupid as hell, but they always do on the first day, so just ignore them. Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna continue doing that because it looks sick and I want to see how it turns out. BRB. So why am I doing this? Well, we all know how bad fast fashion is on our environment, but do you know how many sofas alone we throw out every year? Like a lot, like a million a lot. So I'm mostly making this video to raise awareness because I personally haven't considered how furniture has become cheap enough to just replace whenever something is broken, and that's obviously by design because there is no money in a long-lasting product. Yay, capitalism. So now I'm spending hours fixing this sofa because I feel bad about all the sofas that are already in a dump, because I want to be part of the solution and not add to the problem while some billionaire just took a private jet on a joyride probably. So that's crazy. And back to the video. She is done and she is gorgeous. I love how it turned out. That is until I realized that I forgot to do a copy of the pattern for the pocket. So I don't have one for the other side of the sofa. And I feel like that's a blessing in disguise because I'm not doing that again. That just took me like 2 hours somehow to finish. My hands are basically not there anymore. So yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make up a different design so that the other side of the sofa still looks a bit more cohesive. But after that, I think I'm done. Do you know what I mean? I think the sofa is fixed enough. I decided to make some star appliques. I used the armrest template to make sure the star sizes are perfect. Drawing stars is always so stressful to me. My muscle memory always goes for the correct symmetrical star shape, but I wanted to make it a bit more asymmetrical and fun, but that didn't happen. I used red denim because it matches the red plaid that I used. It's also nice and sturdy, so it's not gonna move around while I'm sewing it on. I wanted to make the star a bit more interesting, and to prevent fraying, I used my sewing machine on white thread to make an outline of the whole star. I also added some more lines to make it a bit more fun and interesting. And that is the final star. It looks super cute. I did go with the hand stitching route once again to make sure that the star is nice and secure, and even if Luna comes with her nails, it still stays on the sofa. But once I finished one round of the thread, I looked at it and it looked so ugly, dude, that I just had to undo it. So instead I used fabric glue and just hoped for the best, really. I pinned the star to the sofa and then used glue for each side of the star, making sure to get every corner. And then used my hair dryer to make sure the glue dries nice and quick so it doesn't slide around. It looks like it turned out pretty well. The glue dried pretty well and it looks sturdy and secure. And hopefully as the denim frays over time, it will match the fluffiness of the sofa that's been destroyed as well, so it will look a bit more intentional. I did end up making another star and adding it to the other side of the sofa so that the design is a bit more intentional and cohesive. And here's what she looks like now. So that was definitely a challenge, but the sofa looks lovely. I feel like I gave it a few more good years of being used in my home without it being embarrassing. So yay me, I'm very proud of myself. I learned some new skills. I got more appreciation for hand sewing, and I definitely need more practice, but we'll get there. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, especially because it's not my usual content. Leave a comment down below what else you'd like to see, or if you have any suggestions, what else I can add to the sofa to give it a bit more functionality, more personality. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.